We have Mithali Raj, the captain of the Indian cricket team, with us in the studio. Mithali, welcome to NDTV Studios. A little birdie told me in the morning that you haven't had time to unpack ever since you came back from England. You've been very busy, hot on demand, but no cricket since then. Does that hurt?
Well, we needed some time after the World Cup. The domestic season kicks off in December, and we have a first tour of the ICC Championship in January. We are touring South Africa, so the girls needed some time to go through the loss. It's been a long journey preparing for the World Cup, and the performance of the team has been very good, but again losing by a whisker definitely hurts. It was a very emotional period for all of us, and now we are getting back into business, training, preparing ourselves for the season.
But Mithali, would you agree that momentum is important in cricket, and you girls needed some more matches, some more schedule to keep the momentum going? Of course, I do understand that you will get back to cricket during the domestic season.
Yes, momentum is important, because once you set a good momentum, you would want to carry it on. And it's important also that when you finish such a big event, it's important that you introspect, understand where you have gone wrong, and if the girls are having some injuries, because there were few who had niggles, so it's time to spend on fitness. Fitness is equally important. When you have such a long journey in the World Cup, it takes a lot out of a player mentally and physically, so you need to recover and refresh and set yourself for the coming challenges.
Right. Your next challenge would probably be meeting South Africa in South Africa. How are you looking forward to that? Because I believe that the Indian women's cricket team is better suited to play in the South African conditions.
Well, we did tour South Africa before the World Cup for a quadrangular series, and we won there. We've done very well. But again, it's on the set day, because South Africa has beaten us in the league during the World Cup. They've come very strong.
So it'll be a revenge game.
Well, something like that. But yes, we're definitely looking forward for a very intense and challenging tour, because playing South Africa on South African wickets is definitely not easy, and they are a team which has grown from strength to strength.
Right. Mithali, you have a lot of one-days and T20s coming up, but what about Test cricket? You yourself consider Test cricket to be the pinnacle of the game, and you've said that the girls are tested the best during Tests, but we don't see any schedule for 5-day games, 4-day games for the girls.
Well, if you're stressing on popularizing the game, it's important that you have the one-days and the T20 in terms of marketing. But as a player, if I have to see how good a player is and what are the abilities and the skill-wise, Test format is the best to see that, because Test format actually test all the skills of a player, whether it's endurance, physical ability, or mental makeup, and one good session can turn things around in a Test game. Whereas one-day and T20, you have a set kind of strategies, and one doesn't work, you can always fall back on the other. But in Test, you have to be very spontaneous and understand the situation at the spur of a moment and go ahead. So as a player, Test matches are a challenging one.
Would you say, with the brand of cricket you guys have played during the World Cup, now in the upcoming T20 World Championships, you are going to take it to the next level?
Well, it's two different formats. Definitely, we've just finished the one-day format. And
but the stress now is on the T20s,
yes,
because the T20s are coming up.
Yeah, because the T20 World Cup is scheduled next year. So now on, all the boards will try and focus on having more T20 format matches, so that the teams are preparing themselves for the big event. But the ICC Championship is also important, because it's again where we play each other to gain points and have a direct qualification into the World Cup, unlike the last edition where India had to play the qualifiers. That is also going to be in our mind, because we want to play best cricket against the best sides. It improves the overall standard as well as the confidence of the team.
Would you say that the popularity of women's cricket all over the world has gone up, not just because of the way ICC has marketed the tournament, but the game now has many more winners, many more faces who are being followed?
Well, yes, because the standard that has been displayed during the World Cup, scoring runs more than 300, 370, and there were so many centuries from every team. That is the best part, and that definitely has attracted and developed a lot of interest in people around the globe.
Mithali, one final question before I let you go. The Australians have, addressed this with they have kind of bridged the pay divide between the men and the women, and in fact, the fight they had with the board led to both the women and the men benefiting. What happens in India now? Do you see that divide being bridged in India?
Well, I've just read a news where BCCI is definitely looking into the pay in the hike of the remuneration for the players, and until they come up, I'm sure, I'm confident that after the performance of the team in the World Cup, they'll definitely look into very good remuneration for the players.